We do have to start with a bit of disappointing news from the Nations League, and that's, of course, not long finished in Yerevan, Republic of Ireland, beaten 1-0. A goal in the second half by Eduard Spirtsian for the home team, Armenia. And Ireland's 8-match unbeaten run under Stephen Kenny comes to an end. And again, at the 11th attempt in the Nations League, Damien Delaney, we have failed to win. What went wrong today for Ireland?
Real lacklustre performance. Only the manager will know what kind of brought that on. Full of confidence, with a lot of talk in the build-up to this, winning the Nations League, a big week of football coming up for us. But it really was a lacklustre performance. We never really got going. Kept the ball in the first half reasonably well, were ever really threatening to any major degree. But second half, the Armenians took over and they really did dominate that second half. They played some really good football, and I think it's fair to say they deserve their winner. I think that they were value for it. They had a goal disallowed. They had a couple of good chances. At the end, we huffed and puffed and lumped balls in the box and could have nicked something to get a draw out of it. I don't feel we deserved it. It was a poor performance from us.
Is that the most disappointing thing, Keith, that we had 66% possession, and as Damien said, certainly looked comfortable in the first half, but then at the end of it we can't really say that Armenia didn't deserve to win?
Yeah, I would echo what Damien said. I thought we were very poor. We kept the ball for possession's sake in the first half. We went sideways and backwards. Very, very little penetration. We had one or two chances in the first half that we didn't take. And Armenia just grew into the game. They got better and better as the game went on. But I feel we encouraged them. A couple of sloppy passes here and there, really got their backs up and gave them the confidence to go and grow in the game. And they had the goal disallowed, which was an excellent finish as well. So they did threaten, and they were getting on top little moments in the game. You could think they were getting on top. You could feel it coming. And I would echo what Damien said. I think Armenia deserved it.
Any extenuating circumstances, Damien? End of season, fatigue, really hot conditions? I can't think of anything else.
Absolutely none, Tom. 32 degrees, 33 degrees is hot. It's not overly hot. It's not, off the charts where, Orlando in the World Cup thing. Not that level of heat. End of season, yes, but it's the same for everybody. We're starting a stretch of 4 games. The manager obviously tried to get the players hyped up for this one. It's a big week for him. He finished the last campaign reasonably strong. Bit of momentum coming into that, especially with the 2 games against Ukraine and Scotland coming up. He needed a good start. He needed a good, solid win tonight. Didn't have to be, amazingly brilliant.
Yeah.
But he just needed a solid, good performance, get the win over the line, and then look to the 2 games against Ukraine and Scotland. But if he's talking about winning this group, we've now gone and lost the first game to Armenia, which puts us in a really, really difficult position.
Is that not, particularly disappointing as well, given, as Damien says, the amount of positivity that was coming into the campaign from the unbeaten matches, but also from the manager, what he said, very clearly setting a stall out that we were out here to win this group and believed we could go and win it. And yet, you would have to think that as bottom seeds, beating Armenia would be a prerequisite for that. And we failed at the first attempt. Yeah,
well, look, if Stephen Kenny is serious about winning the group, then we must take 6 points off Armenia. We failed to do so at the first hurdle. Are we going to go and beat Scotland twice and go and beat Ukraine twice? I don't see it happening. I think more so we'll struggle a bit more in the group. We'll struggle on, but it's even the way we're playing. We didn't look like breaking down the Armenians from open play. Towards the end, we started putting balls into the box. We looked a bit dangerous, but we're supposed to be this passing team, this possession-based team, and we don't look like breaking any teams down, not just the lower teams. We really don't like breaking any teams down from open play. So what we've been promised, this evolution of football and Irish football, we haven't really got, because for me, we only look dangerous when we're putting balls into the box from wide position. So this possession-based 60-odd% possession again tonight, we only look like scoring when we put the ball into the box. And Shane Duffy is probably our most dangerous player again, which is not what the Irish fans want.
Do you think that's a fair point, Damien?
Absolutely, yeah.
Has the evolution sort of ceased or been
exaggerated?
It's not ceased.
I mean, it's only one loss, and I'm sure Stephen will go in and have a look at it. I mean, he obviously started his reign under the cloud of court. Now we need to start performances. If we had a great performance tonight and dominated possession and created loads of chances and it was a smash and grab from Armenia, I'd kind of go, look, it happens. It does. In football, you're away from home, you can get unlucky. But the Armenians deserved it. I think the way the Armenians played in the second half is probably something that we were probably aspiring to be. I mean, they were playing through the thirds. The number 7 in the middle of the park really came into the game. Didn't think he had anything about him in the first half. But whatever happened to them at half-time, they came out and we just dropped off. Shane Duffy and the back three just dropped deeper and deeper. The gaps on the pitch appeared. And all of a sudden, we made it a comfortable environment for them.
And the goal they got felt like Groundhog Day as well from the Luxembourg game, the goal Rodriguez got in that game, and the goal Azerbaijan got against us again. Like, are we seeing recurring problems with this Irish team?
Well, if you keep dropping off, space going up and open up in front of you, especially in the midfield. I know Jeff Hendricks was probably the closest to him. It was a great strike. I mean, as you said, we've seen teams do that to us before, but at international football, it can happen. These players are technically very, very good. The goal aside, I just look at the overall performance. You know, obviously the goal decided the game, but first half we done reasonably okay. It wasn't nothing to write home about, but second half we just absolutely melted, and I don't know why. The manager has to go in and figure out why that is. This is a team that's coming off a 9-0 loss to Norway. This is not a good. This is not a good team.
Disappointing.
And you want to create severe moments or periods of sustained pressure against teams like that. Get them pinned in, you know, really back to the wall job. We didn't. In the second half, we gave them an out and they broke on us 2 or 3 times. And with the disallowed goal as well, it's hard to argue that we deserved anything out of that game.